Hi Albert and welcome back to another episode of
Tube Talk.
Tube Talk. We are back after a couple weeks, two weeks
Yes.
of being away
Why didn't we do a Tube Talk last week, Sophie?
because we were in the Gold Coast, Australia, because Dad was buying horses and he bought a new filly.
We did. We bought a sizzling filly. Sizzling at a great cross. So I'm going to call the syndicate Hot Cross. Do you like that? Sizzling
That's
great cross.
very good. I approve of that. That's
And
good.
someone that's come into the horse has already suggested we call it Hot Cross Bun.
That would be cool.
Your mother wants to call it sausage. It's because of sizzling sausage.
Yeah. Hot Cross Bun's very clever though. I like that.
Yes. So we'll have details out about her shortly, but she's half gone already. We bought her really well. We actually had two judges, Paul Beamish and Paul Willits, who are two great judges. So let's put her in the top, right at the top of the fillies in the sale, and we bought her really well. So I think 10% shares are 6,850. So and she's got a great pedigree. So we're really happy. So we'll send some information out. If people are interested, they come and talk to us.
At 0508 Go Racing. Your best bet for success.
Or they can email us, yeah.
Or email. But moving on, we've had some successes since we've been away. So we'll talk about those, starting with Belle Tester, who won last Sunday at Te Rapa.
Yeah, so really good win from her. She bolted in, won by 2 or 3 lengths. Lovely stayer on the rise, and she's now a half-sister to a Group 1 winner. So she's quite valuable. And she's gone out for a spell. She'll come back in next preparation, and we'll look to get black type with her as a stayer. And if she can get black type, and being a half to a Group 1 winner, it makes her very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting news for her owners.
And we also had Sentimentalist, who came 4th at the Castletown Stakes.
Yeah, just her second run. A really good run. She got back in the field but finished off. I thought she was going to run into the first 3 and get that valuable black type. But she just couldn't quite get there. But only her second start. Beautiful, reliable man filly. Big future in front of her. Last horse we had that ran 4th in the Castletown Stakes was the mighty Silky Red Boxer.
Good
Multiple
things.
Group winner in New Zealand and stakes winner in Australia, $500,000 earner. So she'll be set for the 1,000 guineas now. Lovely filly.
I should say good things to come then.
Yeah, and she wasn't expensive either. We paid $40,000. It's interesting. We paid $40,000 for it. Reliable man filly. She was the last filly to sell last year, and people keep saying, "Oh, there's got to be something wrong with her because shares haven't sold." We're like, "There's nothing wrong with her. It's just that psychology." She's turned out to be really good. And interesting, this year we've got 20% after reliable man colt this year, and so he's the last one to sell out as well. So it's a great omen for him.
Mm-hmm. Our final horse we're going to talk out from last week was Thorn Past, who came 2nd at Awapuni.
Yeah, so he came 2nd at Awapuni over a distance too short from a really good run, and then he backed up and ran 4th at Te Rapa, where he's just caught down the worst of the ground, but it was a nice run. He's imminent. A win is very imminent for him. I think at his next start. I think he's a horse to follow and to back with confidence.
Mm-hmm. And now we move on to this week, where we have got 6 horses running.
So we call that a moderate week.
We call that a moderate week. Medium. If it's more than 8, it falls into the
Big
large
week.
category.
Well, and you know what happened last time we did Tube Talk? We had 9 runners. The meeting got called off, and so we actually only had about three horses go around. The rest of them meeting was canned, so they didn't run. So
hopefully that doesn't happen
we had
this
like
week.
a winner from the 3 or 4 runners. I think last time we did Tube Talk.
Mm-hmm. We'll start off on Thursday at Wanganui. In race 1, we have got Rip into gear.
Yes, Rip into gear, who just seems to find something wrong in each race. Her last start, we wonder who rode in handy. She just got too far back on a track where you couldn't make ground. We really want to get her over the line for that win. She's already got black type. We really want to get her over the line for that win, which will improve her value. There wasn't a lot of options around, so she's running in a maiden highway mile. We've got Jonathan Riddell, the best highway rider. Him and Troy Harris are the best 2 by a mile. On her barrier 3, work's been good. Would like to see her settle a bit handier than she has. The one question mark is the track. I don't think she's a true heavy track horse, and it will be heavy. But she does get first crack at the track. first use of the track. So if she handles the track, she will be a distinct winning chance.
Mm-hmm. And on Friday at Timaru in race 5, we have got Elusive Boxes.
Yeah, so Elusive Boxes was late scratch last start, dumped the jockey going on the track. So there's a race for her next week over 1,400 metres, but we just felt we had to get one into her before then. So she's running over 1,200 metres at Timaru. She ran at this meeting last year and ran second. A little bit unlucky, got a bump in the straight. She's got a good barrier draw. Unfortunately, Sam Collett's not riding there, and Terry Mosley suspended, so we've got Lee Callaway on board. The track is going to be heavy, which really, it's not ideal for her, and normally would scratch, but we're running her because we feel she just needs this one under her belt going into a 1,400 next week. So for her, it's a watch and see how she runs, and next week is the better race for her.
Mm-hmm. And on Saturday at Whangarei in race 8, we have got Raposa Repeater.
Bolted in last start, absolutely killed them. It's come up well, galloped good, got a nice barrier draw. Troy Harris on is a winning chance.
Mm-hmm. And also on Saturday at Manawatu in race 8, we have got Brahma Rama.
Yes, so Brahma Rama has been going well. Last start he ran at Wanganui, he drew down the inside, he got caught in the worst of the track, couldn't get out wide where the better going was, so things didn't quite go his way. For this start, blinkers are on, he's galloped really well on them, he's got a much better draw of 12, so he's out wide. It is the last race of the day at Awapuni, and the track is heavy, so I think he's sort of probably a dead slow horse. I don't think he's a genuine heavy horse, but I think he's a good horse. So from that barrier draw, he should be able to get out into the better part of the track. The blinkers certainly seem to be working the oracle with him. So if he handles the track, I think he's a good each way chance.
Mm-hmm. And our next race is on Sunday at Singapore, in Singapore race 9. And we've got 2 runners in the same race, and we will start off with Billy Mojo.
So both runners have been off the track for a long, long time, for well over a year, and they're having their first run back. So Billy Mojo, he's the top weight, 57 kilos. He actually won his last start, then he got injured, so that's why he's been out for so long. He's had a few trials to prepare him, but he will need this race. Craig Grill's on board, very happy with that. He's got a nice barrier draw, drawn 3. Should be able to get it. I think he might be beaten for a little bit of early speed, but hopefully he settles sort of midfield. And I think he'll need this run. I wouldn't be surprised to see him blow out in the straight. I think he'll improve for it, and he probably needs 2 runs before he hits form. So if he shows a little bit of speed, we'll be happy.
Mm-hmm. And in the same race, we also have got Chariots of Fire.
In exactly the same boat, had a couple of trials, but been off the scene for well over a year. He will need this race. He's got slightly less weight. He's got 55.5 kilos, barrier 4. We've got a Hairi Mizuki on, who last time he rode for us, he absolutely destroyed 2 horses' chances. He rode terribly. It was some awful rides. And I'm not actually that rapt to have him back on, but Bruce feels that claiming 4 kilos his first start back for a long, long time, give him a softer rider, he'll be able to go around without a lot of weight on his back, and I think he too will show speed. I think he'll show more speed than Billy Mojo, but I think he will also need the run, so I don't think Sunday's the day to back him. I think he'll be better with a couple of runs under his belt.
Mm-hmm. And now we move on to Bet of the Week. Perfect.
How many are we going for?
5. 6.
We've had 5.
We had 5 last week.
Take out the scratchings and things. We've had 5 wins in a row. We're going for 6.
And I think after 5 weeks, we've finally got that opening song down.
Yeah, I have.
We got there in the end.
I made sure I only did 2 hits.
I'm very proud. Our Bet of the Week this week is, drumroll please, Raposa Repeater, running on Saturday at Whangarei in race 8.
And he was our Bet of the Week a few weeks back when he won, and we've made him in again. I just think he's got a lot of confidence from his first start. I think he's drawn well. While it's a step up in grade, I think he'll be able to sit handy. The track conditions will be better, and I think he's a big winning chance. Mm-hmm. So let's see if we can get him at about $4, and then that'll make us happy and make everyone happy. We'll do 6 in a row and go for 7.
Thank you very much, Albert.
Thank you, Sophie, and we'll talk to you next week
On Tube Talk.